Hello, everyone. How are you today? How's everything? Hello, hello.
Hello, teacher.
How are you, Manuel?
Hi,
Only
teacher. How are you?
No, I'm not so good. I think I got the cold. I got temperature today, and I was trying to low it down, but it didn't work. So I'm going to take you easy. I just need you to be very patient. Maybe in some parts, when I get very tired because of the light of the camera will be off. Yeah, but everything is okay. Don't worry. Everything is under control because I have all planned, everything ready for us. So it's just like your teaching is gonna be very slow, you know. That's it. Sometimes when I keep talking, as I cannot breathe very well, I have this sensation, you know, like trying to get more air. So that's the only thing I need you to understand, and that's it. No problem. I think I got, I don't know, any kind of vacation fever or something like that, you know, when your body wants to rest and then it's bad for it to start again with the things and duties. I think it happened to me because I was off since Thursday when I finished class, and I did not have anything to do about work. So I was like disconnected the whole weekend. But today I started feeling very bad. But it's okay, guys. How are you? What about you? Did you get some rest? Yes? I hope you did.
yes,
Okay.
teacher.
Yeah. Let me show you our agenda for today. My goodness, it feels very hot in Bucaramanga. I'm not sure if it's me because of my temperature or is the weather or what, but terribly hot. Okay, so here we are. This is our plan for this class 3 of this cycle. Okay. Yes, Jorge, right? Okay, my dear friends. July 4, class 3. This is our plan. It seems like a very busy agenda, but it's okay. First, I am checking if Moodle works for you. I'm checking that all my students are registered, yeah? And I need you to do the same. Please make sure you guys can access the platform, okay? Let's do it. Later, we will talk a little bit about debating because that was one of the topics that we did not study in detail. And it's the way we can express our ideas, okay? So we will watch a short video to get some input related to that topic. Then we will play a game, yeah? And based on the listening we did last meeting about Dr. Jenkins, you remember that Dr. Jenkins was talking about English as an international language, yeah? We are not going to listen again, but we are going to use that information to get some expressions and phrases for introducing points in an argument, yeah? How can I just support the idea, or how can I show that I'm against that idea, okay? Then we will practice a little bit, and at the end, you guys will have an individual production exercise, okay? We have a game that is optional depending on the time. That's the plan. Questions about the agenda, comments, anything you want to know or say?
Nope.
Oh, nope. Okay, thank you. So before we start, I would like you to please take 1 or 2 minutes for telling me that everything is okay with Moodle, okay? Go and check and tell me that everything is all right. I'm checking the group as well. I already did it, but just in case there is anything you want to inform, I'm here in the platform. So tell me that it works. B2.2, okay? You guys are group 2. So I think it's pretty much like all my students here. Please tell me that everything is okay with you.
Yes, teacher, is working.
Thank you so much. I see my 17 students, so I think everything is fine. I have Beatriz, Diego, Joan, Jorge, Karen, Catherine, Kiara.
Present,
Okay.
teacher.
Wait a second. I'm just checking the mood, okay? Don't worry. Manuela, Maria Alejandra, Marlon, Mendy, Natalia, Santiago, Vanessa, Xiomara, and Jessica. If I did not mention your name, please tell me. So it means that everything is fine.
No, teacher, me, Manuel. You didn't mention me.
Yes, Manuel, I did.
I think you did, Manuela.
I remember I did, but let me just double check. Yeah, Manuel and then Manuela.
Okay, teacher, thank you.
Okay, you are. Don't worry. Look, Manuel here, then Manuela. Manuel, Manuela, Maria. Okay. So I think everything is fine. This is a friendly reminder for you to please work on it. Remember that you guys do it as a way of contrasting what you do with your teachers in class, okay? And if you do it during the time we are working together, that's easier for us to monitor and to clarify questions and doubts, okay? So that's the recommendation. I will tell you by the end of the cycle, I will tell you when is the deadline, but my recommendation is not to wait until that date, okay? Just start working. Okay, everything's perfect with mood. Awesome. My dear friends, let me check out the attendance very quickly and we start with debating. Okay, here we are. My goodness, I feel like breathing like this. Like if I were, I were working out for like a very hard, intense training, but it's not like that. Okay. Group number 2, here we are. Karen,
Present, teacher.
Santiago,
Here, teacher.
Kiara,
Present,
Jorge,
Present, teacher.
Natalia,
Present.
Diego,
Present, teacher.
Manuela,
Yes, teacher.
Sebastian, Sebastian. Well, it's not in the meeting. Beatriz,
Present, teacher.
Yomara,
Present, teacher.
Jessica,
Present, teacher.
Catherine.
Present, miss. I'm here.
Thank you, Catherine. Marlon,
Present, teacher.
Mendy,
Present, teacher.
Manuel,
Present, teacher.
Maria,
Present, teacher.
Vanessa.
Present, teacher.
Okay, my dear friends. Let's start. I'm here, don't worry. This is something that is going to happen the whole class because I need to snip my nose.
Don't
Yes,
worry.
yes, Kiara, don't worry. Okay. Okay. Kiara, yeah, don't worry. And Sebastian. Okay, let's go. First, I want to ask you a simple question, just to warm up our brain. Tell me, what is a debate? You guys know what a debate is? Sorry. For example, if I ask Karen, tell me what is a debate?
A debate, what, teacher?
What is a debate? When you hear or see the word debate, what comes to your mind?
Okay, a debate is a polite discussion about a topic. I don't know, a very controversial topic. And that's all.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah, a discussion. Yes, you are right. Okay, Jorge, what is a debate for you? Jorge, can you hear me? Hello? Jorge? Well, so let's listen to Manuela. Manuela, what is a debate?
Teacher, maybe a formal discussion between
Yes, it is. I like the way Manuela used that word for qualifying the discussion, and she says it is a formal one. Okay, good, perfect. Okay, so when we are debating, we are showing our arguments and also our points of view, yeah? And there are two parts of the audience, yeah? Two parties, we can use it like that. The ones that are against, yes? And the ones that are in favor, the ones that support, yeah, that idea or that topic. So let's watch this video. It's very short, and after the video, we can play the game for talking about debating. Here we are. Debating skills.
A debate is a discussion of a theme or question between two or more interlocutors. In a formal debate, the theme or question is called a motion. The motion is usually controversial and has no clear or correct answer. An example of a motion might be, everybody should get universal basic income. The two teams will then argue for or against the motion. The party for or in favor of the motion is called the proposition. The party against or opposed to the motion is called the opposition. Each team is usually given equal time to present their argument, which usually includes an introduction, reasons with examples or evidence, and a conclusion. At the end of...
Why are we checking this information? This is important because you guys are going to do something like this when you are presenting your project, right? First, as a document for me, okay? This week, by the end of the week, I will just finish with all the modifications and corrections, and I will tell you what to do, okay? So do not worry. And while you guys are presenting the controversial topic you chose, the idea is that the rest of you are arguing, okay? So not all of you, but at least I will need some interventions, yeah, for each presentation. Because that's the idea, yeah, to show our points of view, yeah, to argue. So this is a very good training for us because we are going to learn some tips Yeah, and we are going to check out some skills we need in order to debate in a very good way.
The debate, a neutral third party, usually a judge or committee, will decide the winner. The winning team is the team that delivers the most cogent, convincing argument. Whether the judge personally agrees with the motion is not relevant to determining the winner. In fact, the teams are typically assigned their position at random, which means they may need to debate in favour of a motion with which they personally disagree. The word debate comes from the Latin verb battere, meaning to fight. The practice goes back thousands of years to ancient Greece and India, where debate was considered essential to a functioning democracy. The debate structure used today first took form in the early 18th century England. The fundamental skills necessary to debate also apply to many other aspects of life. The ability to think critically and analyse a problem. The ability to present your thoughts logically and elegantly. The ability to speak confidently in public. And the ability to listen carefully and interpret information quickly are crucial skills for any leader, academic, researcher, or artist.
Okay, my dear friends, these are the crucial skills we need to develop in order to participate in a debate, yeah, in an appropriate way, okay? Think critically and analyze a problem. What you guys are going to say is based on what you have researched and also your opinion, but when it is about your thoughts, emotions, and opinions, you have to be very respectful, yeah? The idea is that you need to be tolerant, and the way you guys express your opinions against the others should be appropriate, yeah? Not abusive language, yeah? Not offensive words or thoughts, okay? So basically what you do when you are supporting your idea is using research, yeah? That it sounds like more formal, yeah, and logical. But of course, it does not mean that you are going to leave your emotions apart. They are also part of the debate, yeah? But you need to be very careful. And remember that we have also learned or discussed that it's better not to say anything that we can't prove and that we don't know, yeah? Because maybe in the audience, there are people who really know about that, and that way, our speech wouldn't be convincing or cogent, yeah? That is logical, okay? Listen carefully and interpret information quickly. Speak confidently in public. This is what I told you. You have to speak about what you know, and when we speak about what we know, we can do it in a confident way, yeah? Those are basically the ones that we need to develop in order to debate. The other part is to learn or research a lot about the topic you are defending, okay? That's it. Any question about the vocabulary? Any comment about the words? Maybe, I think you guys saw this one, yes?
Yes.
This is a synonym of convincing. This is a synonym of logical. That is what it means. Convincente, lógico. That's what you have to do when you are showing your arguments. Because if you are showing your arguments and you don't sound convincing or confident, I think you will lose power, yeah? Okay, if there are no other comments, let's continue, let's finish, and we can play the game. Okay, this is like the summary. Those are the skills we need to develop.
Any leader, academic, researcher, or artist. Debating a position you might not personally agree with also helps you to develop empathy and broaden your worldview. As you train for debate, you will learn how to analyze a problem, form a persuasive argument, respond to counter-arguments, and ask questions. Along the way, you'll also discover new information, meet new people, and gain new perspectives.
Okay, guys, this is something that may be taken as a wrong perspective, and is the idea that when you are arguing or debating, you are attacking the other part or the other party. That's another way to say. That's not the ideal purpose of debating, yeah? In some cases, in some situations, it may happen, but that is not the real purpose, because that's why we need to develop empathy when we are showing that we are not, that we don't agree, yeah, with the other people. So we are respectful, yes, we show tolerance, yeah, and we use very respectful language, and also body language. Body language is also very important, yeah. Sometimes we do not use bad words, but our gestures and our body language may be aggressive, yeah, or inappropriate. So that's not the idea, okay? So now that we have this information, let's play the game and let's check or see how much we know about debating. Okay, while I'm getting the game ready for us, you guys are asking me the questions. What do you need to know? What's your opinion on the video? What do you want to check out about what we saw? Tell me, what are your questions on debate? Here we are with the game, so let me just give it to you. You guys can register on it. No questions?
Not yet.
Okay, good. I like that answer. Not yet, maybe later. Okay, so here we are. I just send you the link. Please get into our game. Okay. I have 2 students in the game, waiting for the rest of you.
Teacher, about the link, who is private?
Private? No, it's not. Oh, the link is not. Okay, let me see what's wrong. But I have to. No, let me just try this way to see if you can do it. That's weird because I am the owner of it. So it can be private, but do not worry, let me see what's wrong. But if I have 2 students, how, okay, let me see. Try this way with the pin to see if it works, please. So not with the link, but with the pin. Please. Try again. Jessica, can you please change your name in the Zoom profile? Thank you, Beatriz. Okay, Let me see if it works. Yeah, it is working now. Try that way. I'm sorry about the link. That way is working because I have 7 students now. Awesome. Let me just put the music off. That can be a little gentle. Okay. Okay. Let's continue. I still have some of you. I'm missing 4 students. Now 2. Let's go, let's go. Okay. Let me show you. We are almost ready. The questions are about debating, yeah? Some of the answers are very logical, so it's information we know or we assume, but not all of them are related to the video, so do not worry. Okay, who's missing? Are we waiting for anyone? Yes, I think we are. Okay, so the rest of you, please join us when you can, okay? Let's go. Okay, here we are. Let's do it. Oh my God, I see some spelling mistakes. Very simple. Remember what a debate is. Well, it is not just an opinion. Remember that it can be more things, yeah? Where both sides of an argument are presented, even if you are in favor or against, okay? So it can be an opinion, yeah? An argument, yes, in favor and against. Something that only happens with politicians? No, because we are going to have debates in class, yeah? And we are not politicians. An intense fight? Well, an intense discussion, yeah? Rather than saying fight. Okay, very good. Let's continue. What are the 2 teams called in a debate? Okay, guys. We have the affirmative and the negative, but I am not going to explain in detail because these are parts of the next question, okay? Talking, researching, and writing could be maybe some things we do when we are trying to organize our ideas for our arguments, yeah? So part of what the process of the debate takes, yeah? Audience and chairperson, just that? No. Ugly and cute argument? Well, I'm glad no one selected this. The affirmative and the negative parties. Those are the 2 sides of the debate, okay? So let's talk about the affirmative and the negative. The affirmative means you are for the resolution, you are against the resolution, you are confused, you believe in both sides. So you support and you argue. My goodness. Yes, you guys are right. Okay, the affirmative means you are for the resolution. It means you guys support that idea, okay? And your arguments are based on defending that topic, that idea, okay? That's what the affirmative party does in a debate. Okay, next. Okay, very good, Diego, Catherine, Karen, Manuela, Manuel, and all of you for playing. Now let's talk a little bit about the negative party. Okay, very good, guys. If you are part of the negative team or party, yeah, it means that you are against that issue, against that idea, against that topic. Okay, very easy. Next. When presenting your ideas in a debate. Yes, all of them are correct, of course. What do you need to do? You need to develop eye contact with the audience, of course. Yeah, that's the way we speak, and we show we are confident about that. You have to use appropriate body language. Yes, oh my God, look at this spelling mistake your teacher made. As I told you before, it's very important. Speak clearly and not too quickly. Yes. And it means that all of these are part of the things we need to keep in mind when we are presenting our ideas. Questions about this? Questions about the vocabulary?
No, miss.
Okay, thank you. Next one. A word you should avoid using, during a debate is. Remember we said that it's better to base our arguments on research. Yeah, so research shows is a good expression or phrase to use when we are presenting our ideas. For example, is also a good one because you are showing evidence. Yeah, you are supporting your idea on evidence, which is very good. And let's discuss with sometimes and always. What happens with always is that shows generalizations, and that is not a good idea. Yeah, because you show that that's all the time like that. The idea is to say sometimes or to mention the cases in which it happens. Yeah, like the question you guys asked me when we were talking about the first part of the project. When does it happen? So if you have the specific idea, you use that information, yeah? But if you say always, it means that you are generalizing that idea, and that's not good, okay? So avoid using always. Okay, good. Maybe you guys understood the opposite, yeah? The one you should avoid is not to use. Okay. Next. If you have notes when debating, what do your notes need to contain? What information are you going to use? Okay, my dear friends, here we are. Notes which are short and succinct on small cards. Succinct is a synonym of concise information, yeah? In Spanish is sucinto, but we don't use it like that. So we say conciso, yeah? Okay. Why do I need notes? Well, if you don't use them, okay, but that's not the answer of this question. Oh, here is the same. Your entire presentation, no. Is the same with cards or slides. It could be very overwhelming if you have all the information there. Yeah, in a presentation, you need to show you guys know what you're talking about, and the notes. Give me a second. Excuse me, guys. I'm running notes. Okay. Santiago, what do you mean? What do your notes need to contain? It is a tricky question because the question says what they have to contain.
Yes, teacher. And well, I thought that the red answer was the correct, but I think the question said what they have to contain. No, how, what if they do be.
Okay, I understand. Okay, your argument is
That's a description in my perspective.
it's biased. Yes, Santiago, I agree with you. That's a good analysis. But if you think about a very, very specific answer for this, it shouldn't have, the entire presentation. I understand your point, and it can be tricky if we analyze it like that. Thank you for that. Yeah. So maybe we will change the question. Yes. Okay, and what was the other one? No more. 10 and 12, but I'm missing 2 answers. Okay, guys. This is a recommendation about the slides. When you are using slides, yeah, avoid getting there the entire presentation. Yes, that's concise info. Okay, good. An example of a good debate topic is very, very good. Awesome. These ones, yeah, the other ones refer to very, very personal information. Yeah, it's more like an opinion on a decision, personal decision. But this one is something that can be a matter of discussion for a lot of people. Very good. What about the haircut or the lunch or your pet? Because this is very, how can I say? Like we forget about the objective point of view. Yeah, more about opinions and feelings. You guys will be talking about feelings in the second block today. Okay, okay. Let's discuss on this question. I know that this is not like an official time that we studied or maybe that the video mentioned, I understand, but it's pretty much an idea about how long does your intervention need to be, yeah? So if it's too long, like 17 minutes, the people who are going to present their ideas against or in favor may be distracted, yeah? And maybe raise a threat, yes? So the idea is short, concise, confident. And sometimes, and that is the good part of this, because it's like a game, sometimes you will have to be quiet, even if you want to say something again, because you already took your turn, yeah? So this is the most appropriate time, yeah? The closest one. 10 minutes is long, and up to 10 minutes, yeah? 15, 17, 20, it's like, oh no, that's not a debate. Yeah, that's pretty much like a conference. Okay, very good. We are about to finish, guys. Don't get sleepy. To be a great debater, it is important to very good. Okay, I know, tricky questions, but remember that when there are a lot of possible answers, you guys need to choose the closest one, okay? And that is the example of this question. So, what is important to do? Think about what your opponent could say about your side. That way you are preparing the argument that comes after he or she finishes talking, yeah? Be as smart as possible. As smart as possible? No, it's not necessary, because you may defend your idea with the information you research and you know, yeah, about specific topics. Be loud and confident. Of course, you need to be confident, of course, but not loud. It's not necessary, yeah? Have at least 10 different points to argue for your side. Well, if you have them, that's okay. But if you don't, it is okay if you have just 3 and you do it in a very, very good way. Okay, so this is the closest one. Okay, 2 more and we are done. What is body language? Okay, Xiomara, thank you for telling me. Okay, what is body language? Most of you, but 4 of you selected your speech. No. Using your body, dancing and moving while you are arguing. Not necessary doing that. The use of your mobile phone to guide your speech. No, I think that's disrespectful, yeah? Unless you are using it with a technological purpose, like maybe you need to project something up, yeah? Okay, all of the communication, which is done through your body. As I told you before, when we were discussing body language, yeah? Your gestures, your hands, your eyes, all of that speaks, okay? Good. And our last question, guys, last question. How might you start your speech? Very good. It could be with a joke, with an illustration, or with a quote, so you don't take it very personal at the beginning because you are just presenting your idea. Can we use anecdotes and very personal cases and situations? Yes, but more like when we are in the middle of the discussion. Sorry, excuse me, please. Sorry guys, sorry for the interruption. When we are in the middle of the discussion, yeah, and it can be taken as an example, yes, of what you are defending, but it's not the best way to start your idea, yeah, to start your speech. It's more about what you have researched on it, about what you know, yeah, statistics, okay? Good. Questions, comments? I think this is very good for our project because that's exactly what you guys are going to do, to present your idea, to argue against and in favor. Congratulations to Manuela, Manuel, and the winner is Carolina. Okay, congratulations to Catherine and Kiara as well. Very good job. Okay, my dear friends, now that we have that, let's practice with more information related to giving points in, introducing points in arguing, yeah? But now we are going to take into account what Dr. Jenkins said, yes, in our last meeting that we discussed her speech about English as an international language. So we are going to check out this. How can we introduce points in an argument? In favor, against, or sometimes in a neutral position, yeah? That you are not part of any party, okay? That's what we're gonna do. Do you guys remember our work with Dr. Jenkins or no? You say no, teacher, come on, it was a holiday, we already forgot. Tell me.
No, teacher.
My goodness.
Not really, teacher.
Sorry?
No, not really, teacher.
Not really. Okay, no problem. We are not going to listen to that again because it's kind of long, but we are going to use the information. So remember that we were talking about this. Well, let me just put us into context again. We were listening to Dr. Jennifer Jenkins talking about English as an international language. And she was explaining how English is a very, very spoken language, even if the speakers are not English native speakers, yeah? So she kind of mentioned the problems we face when we are learning English, yeah? Just a second, my goodness, my nose is something that is bothering me a lot. She was also mentioning how we can struggle with the pronunciation of the TH, yeah? How we do not learn British or American idioms in a natural way unless we are studying them, yeah? She also said that when we are speaking, we forget about uncountable nouns and we can say 3 informations, yes? And we easily forget about the conjugation for the singular person in the present simple, right? Jorge, it is 11. Thank you for asking. That's page 11. Okay, so this is just the summary of what we were doing with the listening, okay? I remember we were analyzing it together. We were listening and reading for checking pronunciation and also comprehension, yeah, because it's 5 minutes, the recording. So when she was talking about that, she was also mentioning or using some words or phrases we can use in order to present the ideas, in order to argue, yeah, and show an against or in favor position towards the topic, okay? So that's what we're gonna do. Look, here we are, introducing points in an argument. Listen to the way points are introduced in the interview and complete the sentences. How do the introductory phrases help the listener? So you guys are going to listen. This is very short, it's like 30 seconds, no more. And you are trying to complete these lines, okay? Let's do it. Let's work on it. Uh-oh. Okay.
Unit 1, recording 3. 1. Well, there are two things. One thing is that they're intelligible to each other. 2. The second thing would be that nobody knows English anymore. 3. One advantage would be that learners have less to do.
Listen again and complete the sentence, please.
Unit 1, recording 3. 1. Well, there are two things. One thing is that they're intelligible to each other. 2. The second thing would be that nobody knows English anymore. 3. One advantage would be that learners have less to do.
Okay, my dear friends, are you ready for sharing? Yes?
No, teacher.
No, Santiago? One more
No,
time?
really. Teacher, the audio sounds
Like a
a
robot.
little bad.
No, no. Maybe my connection?
I don't know, teacher, but yes, the sound it's like a walkie-talkie. It's very difficult to understand.
But it's the same with my voice, guys?
Your
No,
voice
teacher, your
is
voice is
okay.
fine.
It's the audio.
Oh,
The
got it.
audio sounds like a radio, a bad radio.
Oh,
I don't
no.
know.
It's so funny. You can say, yeah, teacher, apart from your funny voice of the fever and things, I thought it was me. Okay, so let's look for a solution. I can help you. Let's listen. I can just check out. I repeat, and you will tell me, okay? So let's do it together.
Unit 1, recording 3. 1. Well, there are two things. One thing is that they're intelligible to each other.
Well, there are two things. One thing is that they are intelligible to each other. Is it better?
Yes.
So we have, he says, well, oh, sorry, I think I did not accept. I did. Mandy, can you please change your name? Thank you. Yes, Diego, thank you. There are two things. Yes. Okay, well, there are two things. And then period. And he starts the other sentence giving the example or naming them or numbering them. One thing is, yes, that they are intelligible, sorry, to each other. Listen again.
Unit 1, recording 3. 1. Well, there are two things. One thing is that they're intelligible to each other.
Yes. Okay, so he says, well, there are two things, and that's how it starts, yeah? And then one thing, okay. And I think the second one will be the sequence. So let's try to see if we can get information from the audio, or I can help you. Do not worry. Thank you, Diego.
A second thing.
Yes, Catherine. But more like the second. Remember, if you say a second, it's more like general, but if you say the second, you are going to mention it. Okay? A significa una. Da, la, entonces la segunda cosa, en el caso de que estamos presentando el argumento. Como lo voy a mencionar es esa en específico. Okay? Let's check. Let's see if he says the or a.
2. The second thing would be that nobody knows English anymore.
The second thing, specific, okay? The second thing would be that nobody owns English anymore. I remember that Dr. Jenkins says that English is not, how can I say, like property of the native speakers, not anymore, because English is spoken worldwide. Yeah. Okay. Next one.
3. One advantage would be that learners have less to do.
You got it?
An advantage, maybe?
Uh-huh. One advantage, yes. Yes. Would be that learners have less to do. Yes. Oh my goodness, I feel so tired. Oh, sorry. Well, ladies. Questions? Guys? Questions about these introductory phrases?
Teacher, what's the meaning of intelligible?
Well, that you can understand, Manuel. I'm not sure about the Spanish word, but intelligible means that you can understand. So for example, if you don't train your pronunciation, yeah, it cannot be intelligible, even if you have a good speech, or the opposite. If your pronunciation is very well, but your grammar is broken, it may result in a not very intelligible message. You know what I mean? If I'm, sorry, Manuel, go, excuse me.
No, teacher, I think yes, but I think yes.
No, bad. What's the bad?
No, maybe it means that what I understand is that it means that you can understand it even if there is something that maybe is not completely correct.
Full achieved, yes. Yeah, okay, you are right. But it means, I mean, the real thing is that that is understood. Yeah, that's intelligible, that you can understand that. Yes. And when there are some things that do not work well, it could be broken. But in some other cases, like the example of he had, for example, you say, he has 3 brothers. That is an intelligible message because you understand what he means, even if the grammar is not good, right? But there are some other aspects that makes it clear. Maybe he's using good pronunciation. You know what I mean? In some cases, it needs to be fully understood and all the components need to be fulfilled because the other person does not have enough knowledge to comprehend. Okay? But you are right. It means that it can be understood. I think in Spanish there is a word that is very similar. No, I'm not sure. But what is the word in Spanish for that one? Que se pueda entender. What's that?
Comprensible.
Comprensible. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Any other thing? Oh, here, there is two things.
Yes, teacher. What he refers when she say one advantage would be learners have less to do.
Okay. I remember that Dr. Jenkins said that even if you are not studying English, for example, in an English course, you can travel, you know, and you are getting the knowledge like that, like immersion. So that's why she says like learners have less to do. If you have intelligibility, yeah, you can, as Manuel said, even if there is one component that is not working the fullest way, you can understand or you can communicate, yeah. That's what she means that learners have less to do, unless you have the idea or goal or purpose that you really want to learn the way they speak and in a very good way. It's like Spanish. It happens the same. For example, let's go to Santander. Let's go to the countryside. If you have noticed, we have common mistakes in the language. For example, habíamos ido, something like that. We understand that the person wants to say habíamos, right? If you want to speak well, you will train yourself for avoiding those mistakes, yeah? But if you are just communicating with people who speak like that, it is okay because you are being intelligible. Yeah, so that's what she means that learners have less to do. Well, it is okay, just communication. And this is so funny because it breaks all the rules your teachers are giving you. Yeah, for example, you can say, teacher, but why do we have to learn lots of rules, lots of things? We can just say something like this, and that way I'm intelligible because the other person understands. And that is a complete acceptable argument. So what do I say? Just if you want to speak well, you know, just if you want to achieve a level. That's the only reason. Okay, what else? Boys and girls, what else? For example, I have a question for you, a personal question, a very personal one. Think about the time when you guys started learning English. Think about that time when you thought, or you felt that you had a very basic knowledge of this language. What would be the best thing for you? A person who didn't care about pronunciation or grammar or things like that, but just to sound intelligible or being intelligible, or a person who really uses the language well, so you guys feel confident about what you are learning and also using. What is your opinion? You can say in Spanish if you want. No problem. Tell me about your experience. Do you understand this? Thank you, Manuel, for raising your hand.
Well, teacher, I think at the beginning, we want to have or to be intelligible, and having a good communication with with other people in the language. But then when maybe you want to perform, or maybe you want to talk or develop your language knowledge in a professional way, maybe you try to do it like natives do it. So that's why maybe people want to reach like a highest level in English or in a other language.
Thank you, Manuel. And what about communication? What was easier for you, to communicate with people who speak very well or people who were just intelligible?
I think it's easier when you communicate with one person who is native or one person who uses like correctly the language.
It happened to me when I was in the States and I was taking the first English courses because I studied pedagogy there. It was so hard for me in the international classroom to speak with people who were at the same level as me, you know, because it was so confusing. They were learning, I was as well. We were making mistakes, and I did not feel confident that I was acquiring the language the way I should, unless I was talking to the teacher. And that was not discrimination, of course not, but it was so hard for me, you know, because at some point I was trying just to get little pieces of communication, like, okay, maybe Santiago wants to say this. Okay, and Chiara wants to say this. Manuela is saying this. Yeah, but it was not a complete training for me to hear the whole thing. Yeah. So if you are starting and your level is very basic, I think that is not so good just to be intelligible. Yeah, you need to train the other aspects. At the end, when you know hard topics or other things and not formal speeches or you know like workshops or things, it is okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for your experiences. Let's continue. You have to do something, but before that, I would like us to check out this, analyze this. Here are some similar ways of introducing points. We are going to say which are useful for introducing points. For, it means in favor, that you support the same idea. And against an argument, that it means that you don't think that way. Okay? or which could be either. It means neutral position. Yeah, like not this one, not the other one. Okay. For example, if I say, one important point to consider is that. Another strong reason for, I don't know, abortion will be that. The most obvious drawback or advantage, drawback is like the progress, might be that. The second problem, the second concern, the second issue, all of them are synonyms, with a further consideration, the main explanation. So think about this and tell me, which ones could you use for showing that you agree with the idea and which ones for the opposite? When you guys discuss, I will tell you the answers. Okay, go ahead. I will give you 2 minutes for thinking and reading, okay? I'm here with you. Do you understand what you have to do? Can you please thumbs up if you understand? Otherwise, I will give you another instruction. No thumbs up, so it means that you don't understand. Okay. These sentences may be used for showing your arguments. Yeah? Tell me which ones you can use for showing that you are in favor of the topic, which ones for showing that you are against that argument, and which ones can be neutral, like either. Yeah? Okay, go ahead. 2 minutes for analyzing that. Okay, so let's see. New vocabulary of this. Advantage and drawback will be disadvantage. All of these are synonyms. Yeah. I don't know if you have any question about the vocabulary. When you say drawback, say la desventaja, a synonym of disadvantage. Okay, so let me show you.
Teacher, about filter, creo que decía, or Luther.
Sorry, again?
I don't remember the word really well.
Here in the exercise?
Yes.
Okay, which one?
A farther. What is the meaning of that?
What is it?
A farther, further.
A further consideration is beyond that, más allá. Yes?
Okay.
It means beyond the problem, what is next? Yeah, what is a consequence? That is a further. Okay, thank you for asking. What else? Maybe if you have, I don't know, any kind of double problem, concern, and issue, if you look in the dictionary, you will find the same translation. Para estas tres, ustedes van a encontrar problema. Sí, un problema en las tres. But it could be a little bit of information that makes us know when we use concern and when we use issue. Yeah? Because issue may be a problem or situation that affects us and other people, not as personal as a concern, or a problem, yeah? In all the cases, en todas las situaciones sería un problema, las tres. Problema, 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 okay? But the word issue refers more to something that will affect more people, not just you, yeah? And concern is more like used for something that matters just to you or directly affects us, yeah, in a personal way. That's why you guys are talking about controversial issues or topics. That is something that may affect society, yeah? That's a good idea of how we can differentiate the uses of the words concern and issue or problem. Okay, let me show you. Here we are. I have this for us. What's wrong? Uh-oh. Goodness, it sounds like a video game. Okay, here we are. Introducing points in an argument. If we are introducing points for an argument, for means that you are in favor, okay? Ustedes están a favor de la idea, okay? For. You can say another reason or as another strong reason because you already explained one. The main explanation, okay? If it's the opposite, introducing points against an argument. So you say, the most obvious drawback, remember that drawback is desventaja, drawback. Or the most obvious advantage of would be that, blah, blah, blah. Okay? And either means, yes, that it is neutral. Okay? That is like you are not in favor, yes, and you are not against. So as Santiago was asking, a further consideration is more like an additional consideration, yeah? Algo más allá, un argumento adicional, una situación adicional, something that may bring another situation, yes? One important point to consider, if you use these words, you are not showing against or in favor arguments. You are just showing your opinion. So that's what I would like you to do when you are checking the presentations of the project with your classmates. Questions about this?
Sure. The introduction about the main explanation. What is the meaning in Spanish? Because I didn't hear that.
El argumento principal.
Ah, okay.
La razón principal por la que tal cosa sucede o pasa. ¿Sí? It's more like the main explanation. Yes, Karen. What else? What else, guys? Any other thing? Okay, so let's try to use this vocabulary. Let's try to do this. This is what I have for us. Diego, further again? Or that was before?
No, teacher, it is clear.
Okay, thank you. As Santiago and Diego were asking, further means como un argumento adicional, una ventaja adicional, sí, algo que va más allá, que trae algo. Por ejemplo, ustedes están hablando de alguno de los temas que ustedes escogieron, aborto, por ejemplo. Entonces, bueno, es como si yo dijera, aparte de eso, trae tal cosa, ¿sí? O adicional a eso, trae tal cosa. That's a further consideration, es algo más fuera de lo que ya dijimos, establecimos, ahora a further consideration es algo más allá, ¿ok? Algo que viene adicionalmente con ese problema. Entonces, por eso, en ese caso es neutro, porque simplemente está mencionando, ¿ya? A point to consider, a further consideration. One important thing about that is, pues ustedes pueden utilizar eso cuando le comenten a sus compañeros, ¿ok? That way you don't show, you show a very neutral position. That's the word, neutral. Okay, let me show you this. This is how we're going to finish this unit. And during the second block with teacher Laura, you guys are going to start unit 2, which is kind of easy and good. It's about adjectives and emotions. It's cool. This is what I want you to do. Here we are. This is supposed to be an speaking activity because you are going to role play like if you were debating, but that's not the idea, or that's not the way we are going to do it, okay? We are going to do it in a written way. You are going to answer one of these questions below. You will have 30 seconds, forget about it. You will have time, don't worry. Spend a few minutes preparing what to say. Use introductory phrases to make your points. For example, will English remain the global language of the future? Why or why not? Yeah? So you can say, the main explanation of taking English as a global language is that it can be used for communicating with people all around the world. Yeah? A further consideration is blah, blah, blah. Or if you don't think like that, you can say something like this. For example, what is the one for a disadvantage? The drawback. The most obvious drawback of having a lot of people using English but just being intelligible is that the other learners, I don't know, wouldn't get a good level and they will, how can you say, like, show or accept lots of mistakes, yeah, that people who are learning or teaching will be in trouble using them. And that is something that happens to me, for example, when I am explaining quantifiers. That is a hard topic to teach. I understand it, I know what are the possible ways, but when I need to tell my students, this is the way we do it, or this is the way we are supposed to do it, and then they listen something like, there are many friends in the school, I don't have any way to tell them, no, don't say like that. Yeah, teacher, but he's using it. Okay, I know. Yeah, so there are some common mistakes that are being accepted, yeah, with the use of this and spreading the language. But it's okay. So you guys can show your point of view. Choose one of these, only one. Let's do one first together. Hagamos uno juntos, and then you guys do yours. There is one here. Here. This one. Let's do this together, and then you guys do yours, but very quickly because you need the time. Put the words in brackets in the correct order to introduce the rest of the sentence. Let's do it, guys. Can you help me, please? Guys, I'm going to turn my camera off for a bit. My head really hurts. Okay, let's do it together. Vamos a hacerlo juntos para que vean el ejemplo de que ustedes van a hacer, okay? So, let's start here. Point, that, main, consider, would be. It's important.
The main point.
Okay.
Oh.
To be considered.
The main point
Very good. Uh-huh.
would be considered.
No, but the main point to what?
To be considered would be.
Yes.
To be considered.
The main point to consider, it's not necessary to be considered, but if you use it, it's not any problem. If you say, la pueden hacer de las dos maneras, don't worry. You can say, but you have to be careful with the grammar if you use the one that you show me. If you want to say to be considered, it would be to be considered that way. That's okay, no problem. Or you can say the main point to consider. Okay? The main point to consider, tell me please.
Would be that.
Very good, thank you. Would be that it's important to give learners a choice. Yeah. Second one, let's do it. Global English advantage of that is further, it makes using the internet easier. So,
Maybe it starts with a further advantage of global English.
very good. At further advantage. Yes, do we have advantage here?
Yes.
Mhm. Yeah, advantage of, my goodness,
Global English
global
Of
English.
global English.
is that it makes using the
Very good.
internet easier.
Is that blah blah blah. So you guys can use those introduction sentences or introductory sentences. Okay. What else? Next. Problem one, possible B.
One possible problem.
Very good, Catherine. One possible problem.
Is that
But what is the problem about? What is the problem with?
British English or American English, whatever.
Yes, yes, yes.
Is that
Yes. You can say, in this case, I think you guys have might.
might, yes.
Might be that, blah, blah, blah. Good. Okay. And the last one, reason, pronunciation, problems.
The most obvious reason for pronunciation problem is that
Very good, Kiara. The most obvious reason, yes, for pronunciation problems, yes, and
is that
is that perfect? That's what you guys have to do. You can use those ones or you can use other ones if you have more, yeah? That's okay, no problem. What are you guys going to do? Let me give you the link and I will explain. You guys are going to choose one. It is okay, only one. You don't need to choose a lot. You guys have the link in the chat. You guys have the numbers there. And the idea is that you read the situations first here on page 11. You read the situations and you choose one of them and you are going to show your position against or in favor. Yeah, introduce your thinking or your thought and then argue. Is it clear?
It's clear, Miss.
Okay, guys, let's do it. I think 15 minutes is okay. So let's do it, please. Let me repeat your numbers. I don't know if you know them. You guys are going to use the number of the slide. Let me just repeat your numbers very quickly. Slide 1 is Karen. Slide 2, Santiago. Kiara is 3. Jorge is 4. Natalia is 5. Diego is 6. Manuela is 7. Sebastian is 8. Beatriz is 9. Xiomara 10. 11 Jessica. 12 Catherine. 13 Marlon. Mandy 14. Manuel 15. Maria 16. And Vanessa 17. Go ahead, guys. I'm here with you if you need anything. There are some students who are already done, and there are some others that have not written any word. What's up? How can it help you? Vanessa, what about you? We have another one. Okay, 14. Jessica. Are you working on it? Karen, Beatriz, yes? Are you guys working on it? And then you put it here. Remember, it is very important to register your work, guys, because those are part of the quizzes we share with teacher Laura, okay?
Yes, teacher, I doing, but I translate some words, so I didn't write any word yet.
Okay, Karen, but you have it, right? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, thank you for telling me. Yes, just if you are working maybe on a Word document or wherever you are, put it here. Yeah, don't worry. But if you have any issues with it, any problems, just tell me so I can help you. Okay, my dear friends. Very good. Almost done. Let me see who's 14. Mandy, what's wrong with yours? Mandy? Mandy's not in the meeting. And he did not write any word. Okay. Okay, guys, you have 3 minutes for finishing, please. Okay, my dear friends, some of you are already done. So if you are done, go and enjoy your break. And I wish you guys enjoy the beginning of the second unit that you will cover by the next block. Okay? Thank you so much for your patience today. I will see you tomorrow. Have a good night, guys. Bye-bye. Take care.
Thank you, teacher. Bye-bye.
Teacher.
Bye, please. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Good night, teacher.
Yeah, I will. Bye-bye.